Hi everybody, my name's Keith. I'm the service manager at Cox Engineering. We wanted to put together a short video to show our clientele exactly what we do when we're up on the roof doing a maintenance on your equipment. So we're going to start here with the compressor section. So the compressor, it's kind of like the human heart. It's a pump. It pumps refrigerant out to the system through the piping. It pumps refrigerant, and then it brings back the refrigerant on the suction side of this pump. So no different than the heart. You got high blood pressure and you have low blood pressure. Same thing with the compressor on a mechanical system. We use a set of gauges to tell us exactly what's going on with this system. This side's going to tell us what's going on the high side. This side's going to tell us what's going on in the low side. So in order for all this to happen, there's things throughout this whole unit that need to be working to design to make that happen. On top of this unit here, we have probably 10 fans. We need to make sure that all fans are capable of running in the cooling season. And what that does is that draws air through these coils, through these open panels, through the coils, and rejects heat that we're pulling back from your building out to the atmosphere. Okay, so that's basically what we're checking in this section here. If these coils are coated with pollen or dirt, we're getting the power washers out and we're cleaning these coils. We're going to come over to the next section, and here's the electrical part of the system. So behind these covers here, these are the starters that are going to start those compressors up. It's basically this right here. There's contacts here. When they pull in, it's sending the voltage from main power over to your compressors to start up. So when we pull these covers here, we're looking for discoloration in here. We're looking for pitted contacts, because the last thing you want is, as these contacts get pitted, every time that pulls in, we're going to get an arc flash. And it could jump right over there and short out a compressor. Keeping the compressors well maintained, that's the heart of your system, that's the big cost. So all the other stuff, the electrical, we're gonna move on to the next section with the filters. Those are the low cost stuff that we wanna make sure that we have maintained to protect the major failures. So if we come over here, we enter the evaporator section. This is your cooling coil. Okay, so air, like the condenser, no different. Air's being drawn in from the other side of this coil through these supply fans here. These supply fans, we need to make sure that the bearings are greased, not only here at the motor, but on the shaft bearings as well, right behind that wheel. So there's bearings on each side, and it looks like there's 2 motors in this unit. So we got to make sure that these motors are in good shape too, because the cooling coil, to be honest with you, like the human body, that's like your lungs. You need that air going across the lungs to make sure that everything else in the system's going well. If you come on this side, we're going to get on the other side of this coil, and now we're into the filtration. So important to keep these filters clean, because this is if the filters aren't catching the debris coming from, whether it's your building return air or the outside fresh air, it's going to cake on these coils. So we got to make sure that these coils stay clean. And if these filters plug up, that's restricting airflow across those coils, which is going to then affect the compressor functions. This here boils off refrigerant in the system so that we can return to a vapor and not smash up the compressor by bringing liquid back to the compressor. So we're going to walk on the back side of the unit here. And right now we're in the shoulder season, right? So shoulder season meaning we're still cold outside. So sometimes we could be using the outside air to condition the space, bring cold air from the outside grills, which it's right here. We're drawing air in. There's damper louvers that's allowing the air to be drawn in, and that supply fan that we were just looking at is drawing the air in and across the filters And so it's very important. You can see the dampers there, and you can see some linkages, a linkage off to the left in the middle there. We got to make sure that all that's intact so that we're bringing that air across those filters properly. So now I'm going to bring you back to where we were in the cooling coil, and I'm going to show you the importance of, in the summertime, there's condensate running down these coils, okay? And they come into these pans. I'll bring you on the other side to show you exactly what we're talking about here. So the condensate fills these pans, right? And then you get drain lines going down into a lower pan, and you can see there's multiple drain lines. Well, that fills the bottom pan there just like a human bladder. As that water starts to build up, it's gonna come out this drain line, go down to the roof, and go into the floor drains of the roof. So we got to make sure that all this area, the pan's cleaned up, the drain lines are blown out, the condensate line is blown out, because here you see the trap. There's a trap there. You can get junk built up in that trap. So by blowing out this drain line, it blows out any debris that might be restricting that. So coming back into this unit that we've already been at, I wanted to show you the importance of the belts, right? So we got to make sure that these belts are clean, no cracking throughout the belts. And the other thing is the shiv here. The shiv we want to make sure is clean and there's no rounding that's going to help deteriorate these belts and shorten the life. Same with the pulley up here. Same thing, they'll spin this throughout and check to make sure there's no grooving going on. So I just wanted to finish up by saying that this unit that we're talking about today is considered a package rooftop unit. So really everything, the condenser, the evaporator, meaning the cooling coil, it's all tied into one unit. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you're looking for a reliable HVAC service company within the state of Massachusetts with over 100 years of experience, Cox Engineering would love to have your business.